You are listening to the Next Play podcast, the playbook for high-performing leaders who want to exceed their full potential. From walking on the Ole Miss football team at 5'7", 150 pounds and earning a full D1 scholarship, to coaching thousands around the world and working with massive organizations like IBM. I've learned countless lessons that I'll be sharing right here with you. Join me as I interview some of the most successful people so you too can learn how to focus on always moving forward by deciding, planning, and executing on the next play relentlessly. All right, good morning, everybody. Can you hear me? Hope you're doing well. It is a beautiful Monday morning. This is Richie Contartesi coming to you live from beautiful and sunny Las Vegas, Nevada. Your ability to adapt to challenging situations and the ever-changing circumstances in your life will influence your happiness, success, health, stress, and well-being. Bottom line, we live in a world today with insane amounts of change, right? And so if you're unwilling to be able to adapt to the circumstances and challenges around you, you're screwed, right? Being able to move in a given direction, physically, mentally, emotionally, at any given time is the key to the game, right? So my goal today is that when we're finished, you're ready, willing, and able to make any change, big or small, that comes our way, and that you can adapt to anything while staying calm. That's the key, right? And if you've been here when we talked about relentless leadership, staying calm was a super, super, super important component, right? So it's your willingness to learn, make mistakes, and learn that we're going to really, really be rolling through today. So again, my goal is that when we're finished, you're ready, willing, and able to take on any change, big or small, that comes your way, and that you can adapt to anything while staying strong. So this topic came up, when we're having our group coaching calls and our team meetings. Last week, this conversation came up, and I was having a conversation with one of my coaches about our elite program. We're just under 100 people now, and we have. It's come to my attention that we really need to be able to adapt to get to the next level, and not only adapt to the circumstances and the challenges like social media and our environment and all of that, but also to our clients. We're realizing as we're getting up there in the numbers that people are so different, and there's no, simple solution for everything. And so the same thing is with you in your life, whether you're dealing with people, your job. There is no typically there's no simple cookie cutter for every person, every challenge, every circumstance. It's about being able to adapt. And that's what we're focusing on as a company. That's what we're focusing on with our clients, because that's what we're teaching our clients to do, right? So for example, if you're trying to lose weight or gain weight and you're on a meal plan and you go on a vacation, you're going out to eat, you got to be able to adapt, right? If you're used to making cold calls or you're out on the road all the time and now you're, having to do something a little bit differently, you need to be able to adapt, right? So, in this time together, like I said, I want you to have the ability to adapt to any circumstance or challenge. Like when you leave here, that has to be mandatory. You've noticed this, by the way, that there are people who need to prepare like crazy to succeed. Like they need to prepare like insane levels in order to succeed. But what happens when they have bonus questions on the tests and they don't know the answers? What happens when they get an objection thrown their way? They have no idea how to deal with it. What happens on the field or on the court when a team does something you're not expecting and they don't know how to handle it, right? So there's preparation, which is important, but that can only take you so far. You can't prepare for everything. So that's when adaptability comes in. And it's so important. So here's the power. Listen to me closely on this. Here's the power of adaptability, right? In a world that is constantly evolving and changing, your ability to adapt can increase your chances of being successful in your career, in your relationships, in health, in fitness, and in performance at work. And here's what's so cool about it is adaptability builds confidence. Adaptability builds confidence. So if you have a vision for something that you want, you would not be on this on this webinar if you didn't have a vision, right? I know you have a vision. You wouldn't be on here if you wouldn't, right? Andres, Brandon, Brittany, Siobhan, John, Kyle, William, Ralphie, Richard. Like, you have a vision. You wouldn't be on here. So you're going to have to be relentless in your pursuit. Guaranteed, we talk about that, mandatory. You have to be relentless in your pursuit. You're going to have to push through pain, fight with adversity, and challenge yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally, bottom line. But becoming adaptable is essential. Most people suck because you break from following the status quo, right? Most people suck at this because in order to adapt, you have to break the status quo. And I'm going to stick with the same example we've been giving you because most of you are in it in our Elite VIP program, is because we're constantly having to adapt and do things that I can't find anybody else doing, and it's scary as hell. Like the day I walked into a team meeting, you know, obviously some of you know me as the speaker, and then some of you know me as on the coaching side and the fitness side. And for those of you that know me that know me on the fitness side, one day I walked into a coaching room with all of my coaches sitting at a table, and I said, "Hey, we're no longer offering gym memberships." And they all looked at me like, "What are you talking about right now?" I said, "Yeah, we're no longer offering gym memberships. I'm tired of only being able to help 5% of the people that walk through this door. I can't live like that anymore." And most people, most facilities won't do this. Most people won't do this. So in your life right now, you may be stuck because you're not adapting, because you're worried, right? You're literally worried about breaking the status quo because you're so used to following it. You're so used to following the status quo that you can't break it. Is it easy? Hell no. Is it scary? Absolutely. But that might be the one thing that's holding you back from getting what you want and not adapting, right? So that's the power. That's the power. And so what people don't understand as we break down adaptability, what people don't understand is your emotions come from within you. Okay, so example, we're talking about breaking the status quo. That can cause fear, anxiety, stress, negativity, scarcity, all kinds of things, right? So if you are allowing emotions and thinking that emotions are happening because of so let me make this easy for you. Somebody outside doing something frustrating you, or being overwhelmed, from work or some sort of external reason. These people or your boss or your job or whatever have nothing to do with your mind. Right? They have nothing to do with your mind. Those emotions you feel, and they're real, are not coming from outside forces. They're not coming from those people. They're not coming from your work. They're not coming from your relationship. They're coming from within you. Those things out there are causing those emotions, and then you're feeling them and then reacting to them how you're reacting to them. All the things that you're troubled with right now are made up in your mind. And we forget this, right? We're like, oh, well, it's work. It's my boss. It's this person that's driving me nuts. It's Facebook changes the algorithm. All the things we're troubled with are made up in our mind. It has nothing to do with other people, circumstances, or challenges. So if you feel harmed, it's because you and no one else. It's because of you and nobody else. And bear with me while I share the importance of this. It's because it's how we react that decides whether harm has occurred or not. You have no reaction, you have no harm. And the reason I'm sharing this with you is because when circumstances, when challenges arise, it's the ones who are able to not react immediately and stay calm that are able to come up with solutions. Are the ones that are able to adapt and make and come up with solutions and act not out of fear, but out of excitement, out of knowing they're doing the right thing. All right, so I know this is going to get a little deep, but bear with me, and then I'm going to share with you a 3-step system, very, very simple, that you can use to adapt, okay? So bear with me right now. I want to talk really quick about embracing Stoicism. So this is something that I've been paying attention to quite a bit, and as I was going through this and having conversations, it really got brought to the forefront. It really got brought to the forefront. So in order to adapt to anything, you must become a Stoic. And I'm really going to dive into this over the next few weeks, but you must become a Stoic. So what is this, right? I want to give credit where credit is due. I was reading an article by Jonas Salzgerber, and there's a really good book on this. But Stoics do not seek to have the answer for every question or a plan for every contingency. Instead, they hold the inner confidence that they'll be able to adapt and change with circumstances. So let me give you an example, okay? Some of you are new on here, I know that. So for those of you that don't know my story, I'm just going to quick share a snapshot with you so you understand where I'm coming from. All right, I'm 5'7", 150 pounds. Dream was to play big-time college football. Walked on the Ole Miss football team. 4 years later, ended up earning a full Division I football scholarship. Obviously, don't fit in. It was the hardest and most gruesome 4 years of my life. Okay, and the reason I share that with you right now is because of that, because of going through that challenge. People always ask, how are you able to just not care about the craziest shit thrown your way and get through it and keep building things that and people are falling apart? Like, how are you able to do that? And that's because when I went through that moment and I got my ass whooped for 4 years and I was embarrassed and I was rejected, okay, and I got knocked down and I got slapped in the face, there was something that was built inside of me over that time. You want to call it inner confidence, you want to call it whatever. It's the ability at any time to get punched, to get knocked down, and believe that at some way, somehow, I don't know how, I will figure it out. And that's where we have to get you to the point, so that you're not always just preparing for things, because you can't prepare for things that you don't know are going to happen, but having the ability to react to things that happen to you and adapt on a dime because you have the inner confidence to be able to do it. Because you have the inner confidence to be able to do it. So this is a Stoic, right? A Stoic is having the endurance, or if you were to look this up, a Stoic is having the endurance of pain or hardship without the display of feelings and without complaint. So in your life, if you're not there yet, we got to get you there to the point when anything that comes at you, you stay calm. And you stay calm and you adapt because you have the inner confidence, because you've knocked down enough in your life where you feel at any time you can say to yourself with full and complete confidence, you can honestly say, I'll figure it out. I need you to get to the point where you can say, I'll figure it out. Because when you get to that point, nothing can stop you, because you will figure it out. Basically, it is being able to endure pain without showing emotions or complaining, staying calm, adapting, and finding a solution. When everybody around you doesn't know what to do, they come to you. They come to you because they know you're going to figure it out. This is one of the biggest components of being a relentless leader. Andres, I work with you all the time. Do they come to you? Brandon, did they come to you? Brittany, Siobhan, did they come to you? Ralph, Richard, did they come to you? William, did they come to you? Fletcher, Mr. Kyle, did they come to you? Did they come? Ron, did they come to you? You got to ask yourself. We're gonna talk more about Stoicism over the next few weeks, but this is powerful, guys. This is super powerful. Really, really powerful. Staying calm is contagious. If you're a leader, listen, you don't have to have a manager role. You don't have to have a captain role to be a leader. Leaders are the people that when other people see you, they just know like, whoa, this person's doing it the right way. This person's doing it differently. How does this person stay calm? How does this person come up with solutions? How does this person overcome any adversity? That's you. How does this person do that? Every time, every day. This guy, Ryan Holiday, that wrote the book, said strength is the ability to maintain and hold on oneself. It is being the person who never gets mad, who could not be rattled because they are in control of their passions rather than controlled by their passions. They can't be rattled. Everybody looks at you. Your wife looks at you. Your husband looks at you. Your kids looks at you. Your boss looks at you. Your coworkers look at you. Your teammates look at you. Your students look at you. And they know you're the one that's going to stay calm. It's contagious. When there's a panic, everybody panics. But when you stay calm, everybody stays calm. You stay calm and you're able to adapt and react to choose the smartest possible response. So you must, before I jump through the 3 steps, you must stay calm. You must stay calm. Number 1, 3 steps to being able to adapt to any challenge or circumstance. Number 1, you have to believe it. You have to believe it. Listen, change is people say death and public speaking and change are the biggest fears that people have, right? So you have to be able to handle change in order to be able to adapt. Here's what's cool. Your brain is already equipped to adapt. Let me repeat that. Your brain is already equipped to adapt. So it's called neuroplasticity for all my sciencers out there. Neuroplasticity. Right? Your mental abilities, memory, and ability to learn are designed to improve over time. So basically what that means is you're already hardwired to adapt. What happens is you've been conditioned since you were a little kid to be scared as hell at everything, right? So number 1, I need you to believe you can adapt, all right? So in your mind right now, I want you to think. I want you to believe that you can. Change is inevitable. Bad circumstances, bad challenges is inevitable. I need you to believe that it's not the special among us that are able to adapt. It's you. It's you. Your brain is already equipped to adapt. And it's through neuroplasticity. So I need you to believe. Number 2, prepare for the unpreparable. Okay? Prepare for the what does this mean? Okay, there's athletes, and I'm going to give you an athlete example like Michael Jordan. Okay, Michael Jordan is a great example. There's the people that prepare for the tests, that prepare for the game, that prepare for the cold call, that prepare for the meetings, right? And they're so prepared, but the second something comes up that they don't understand, that they don't know, that is different than what they studied, and they're screwed. They fall apart. Right? So the goal is to react well to whatever will happen in any situation. Michael Jordan was the best at this. Michael Jordan is one of the best at this. Tom Brady is one of the best at this. Yes, they prepare, but their skill set is so well developed, right? It's so well developed that they can adapt and react to anything. So when we say prepare for the unavailable, that's developing skills. That's doing work. See, people don't share with you the how-tos. It's developing skills, technical skills and soft skills. You're a part of Relentless University because it has tons of courses and sessions, and we're doing group coaching, everything that one would need to develop the soft skills to navigate this adapting and changing world, right? But it's on you. You have to do it. You have to go through it. You have to get the certs. You got to do it. But that's how you prepare for the unpreparable, is you develop the skills before you need them. You develop the skills before you need them. And if you're ready to go to the next level, if you said, Richie, I've developed so many of the skills, I'm ready to go, then go out into the world and find something that's going to be so unbelievably challenging, you have a 1% chance of doing it. I did it with Ole Miss. I did it with the book. I'm doing it with this right now. They said, you can't do this. You can't build an app. You can't touch billions of people across. You can't do it. And I'm saying to them, watch me. And people are saying that to you. They're saying you can't do it. You can't be the number one person. You can't get the body that you want. You can't get the job that you want. You can't start the business that you want. And what I'm saying to you is challenge yourself and say to them, watch me. You say that to them, watch me. And if you don't feel you're ready for that yet, that's fine. You say, hey, I need to develop more soft skills. I'm going to do that. You can't not do that. You're going to have to eventually do that. But right now, if you're not ready, then it's about staying calm for all the little things. As you're developing the skills, it's about staying calm for all the little things. Your kids driving you nuts. Your spouse driving you nuts. Your boss driving you nuts. Your coworkers, your students. It's about doing it for the little things. So you must prepare for the unpreparable. And number 3, you have to adapt and go all in. You got to adapt and go all in. I'm right here in Vegas, so seeing the chips is great, but you have to adapt and go all in. Circumstances and situations don't give a shit about you. Your circumstance, I don't have enough money, I'm not tall enough, I'm not fast enough, I'm not strong enough, I'm big boned, I can't put on weight, I've never been able to talk on the phone well, I've never been able to cold call, I've never been able to go in person, I've never been able to catch a pass, I've never been able to throw, whatever the circumstance that you have, whatever that is that you have, they don't give a shit about you. And that's reality. I know, look, this isn't, hey, sometimes people are like, oh, these motivational webinars, and I know you've spoken at 500 events and IBM and all this and blah, blah, blah. But look, I got to be real. I don't just say the positive. I got to be real. They don't care. They don't care whether you like it or not. Your circumstances don't care. Your challenges don't care. People maybe do. So stop acting like getting angry or happy because of an outside event will have an impact on the event itself. Instead of trying to change the circumstances and challenges, you adapt to them. Bottom line, you choose a direction based on the skills that you have developed and you go. Okay? I gave you the example of when we decided that we weren't going to do memberships anymore. Right? There's a specific number of skills that I developed over the past 12 years of entrepreneurship, okay? And I had the ability to do that and choose a direction and go all in fast and on a dime because of the skills that were developed. 5 years ago, I would have never been able to do that, right? So the step number 3 is very simple. You adapt on a dime and you go all in. See, here's one thing I want to make sure that you understand is a lot of people, they'll adapt and they'll put kind of one foot in the door and one foot's not quite in the door. Okay, and the problem with this is, and the reason that people do this is out of fear of failure, success, what people think. But when you only put one foot in, you're saying to the world and you're saying to yourself that I'm not sure if I can do this. And because of that, I'm only going to do 1 foot because if I fail, then I don't have to look at myself in the mirror and say I failed. Okay? So this is why people don't go all in. And so step number 3 is you adapt and you go all in. You have to go all in. So why is this important? Why is this important to your performance as a teacher, as a leader, as a student, as an executive, a CEO, a business owner, a great team member, a colleague? How does this increase your performance? Well, if most people don't even prepare and still get decent results, there's a next group of people that prepare and get really good results, but suck when anything is unpreparable. And then there's you. And these are the performers, the peak performers in their job, in their business, in their classroom, in anything that they do, in their home. And these are the people that not only prepare for what's about to happen, but they also prepare for the unpreparable. And that's what you're doing right now. These are the individuals that are unbelievable. These are the ones that everybody around you says, how did they do that? How did they do that? And you hear those people that are the overnight successes, and they're like, oh, look, this person just exploded and it only took them 1 year. No, what they missed was the 12 years before that of preparation. Like my senior year at Ole Miss, all of a sudden I was in all the articles and all the papers and all the everything, and everyone's like, where'd this walk-on come from? And what they didn't see was the last 3 years getting my ass whooped and the last 15 years preparing for that 1 year. And it's the same thing for you. It's the same thing for you. Peak performers are constantly adapting and changing, and it's mandatory. These are the individuals that prepare for what they can and prepare for the unpreparable. So my challenge for you today is you want to be a peak performer. You want to be the top performer, right? You want to be a top leader. You want to have the body that you want. You want to live the life that you want. You want to get the girl that you want or the guy that you want. How you handle anything is how you handle everything, very simply. So my challenge for you this week is to stay calm for all the little things. All right, there's a book out there. It's called The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F. I don't know if you've seen it or read it. Pretty solid book. The premise is this, if I'm going to make it simple for you. You only have so many things you can care about and give an F about, right? So choose the most important things and only care about those. Stay calm for all the little things. 1, believe. 2, prepare for the unpreparable, which is what you're doing now. If you're not going through the soft skills in Relentless University, you're all a part of it. Take advantage of it. Take advantage of it. Learn the things, how to handle fear, how to finish what you start, whatever it is, take advantage. And then when the time comes, adapt and go all in. Don't let fear hold you back. Don't let other negative people hold you back. Don't let opinions hold you back. You do those 3 things, it's very simple. This is how you deal with change. It's not rocket science, right? And most people, including myself, 99% of people, you got to have someone holding you accountable to this. So if you don't, I highly suggest getting somebody. How you handle anything is how you handle everything. It's how you handle everything. So, look, it's Monday. It's 9:36 a.m. Pacific, 12:36 Eastern time. It's Monday morning, y'all. You got the whole week. This is your week. Literally, this is your week. So take advantage of it. Take advantage. I'll see most of you on the call on Wednesday. Last week was amazing, so I want to see you there. Like, this is the time for you to interact. It's nothing like this. It's Zoom. We see everybody. We talk to everybody. It's great. Be there. All right? Take relentless action this week. Nobody can stop you but you. Nobody can stop you but you. And you can 100% adapt. Adapt to change because you must. So I will see all of you next Monday morning. Thank you all for being here. Go out and kick some ass. And I'll either see you on Wednesday or I'll see you next Monday. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Next Play podcast. If you liked the show, make sure to leave us a review. For more resources, visit relentlessuniversity.com or download the free Relentless University app. And if you're interested in having me speak at your next event, visit relentlessrichie.com. Until next time.